Representing Belarus, stepping into action is Ekaterina Vandaryeva.
And we're seeing that.
Down goes Corogenes! Wow!
Over there. But she was caught. Maybe the confidence was too high. Barbie connecting with a beautiful shot.
The UFC president has sent a massive message to Dakota Ditcheva about a potential fight with the woman they call the Undertaker's sister, Ekaterina Vandaryeva. And trust me, this is the kind of warning that could change everything. But here's where it gets even crazier. Dakota fired back on Twitter with a message that has the entire combat sports community buzzing.
Plum and a right hand. Another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hand of fake! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
Let's dive in. So what exactly did Dana White say that has everyone talking? According to sources close to the UFC president, Dana White issued a direct warning to Dakota Ditcheva, telling her that if she wants to truly prove she's the best in the world, she needs to face Ekaterina Vandaryeva, and he's not sugarcoating what that means. White reportedly said that Ekaterina is unlike any opponent Dakota has faced before. We're talking about a fighter who has destroyed legends and won championship, who has competed at the absolute highest level of Muay Thai and kickboxing, and who transforms into something terrifying once that cage door closes. But here's the kicker. Dana didn't just suggest this fight. He specifically warned Dakota that Ekaterina's experience, power, and cold-blooded fighting style could be the ultimate test. This isn't just another opponent. This is the kind of challenge that could define Dakota's entire career. The message was clear. If Dakota wants to cement her legacy as one of the greatest, she can't avoid this fight. And knowing Dakota's fearless mentality, she wasn't about to back down. Now, let's talk about why everyone calls Ekaterina Vandaryeva the Undertaker's sister. People see her and think Barbie, blonde, beautiful, and glamorous outside the cage. But the moment that bell rings, she becomes something completely different. Cold, calculating, destructive. Born on January 20th, 1991 in Minsk, Belarus, Ekaterina has been training in Muay Thai since she was a teenager. Her dedication and fierce attitude made her a standout in the European fighting scene from the very beginning. But what makes her truly dangerous is her striking mastery. We're talking about years of competing against the best in the world. Vicious kicks that can break ribs. Sharp, precise movements that come from facing legends in one championship. And an ability to read opponents that only comes from surviving absolute wars inside the cage. Her nickname isn't just for show. When Ekaterina fights, she brings an aura of inevitable destruction, just like the Undertaker himself. Opponents have said fighting her feels like staring into the abyss. There's no emotion, no hesitation, just pure violence executed with surgical precision.
0.0107. 107 for Ekaterina. She passes hydration. $124, she makes weight.
The question everyone's asking is, can Dakota handle that level of experience and brutality? And this is where Dakota Ditcheva showed the world exactly why she's different from every other fighter out there. After Dana White's warning went public, Dakota took to Twitter with a message that sent shockwaves through the MMA community. Now that is the response of a true champion. Dakota isn't just accepting the challenge, she's demanding it. She's calling out Ekaterina directly and making it clear that she's not intimidated by the reputation, the experience, or the nickname. Fans immediately went crazy in the comments. Thousands of retweets, hundreds of thousands of likes, and everyone asking the same question. When is this fight happening? The MMA world has been starving for a matchup like this. Youth versus experience, speed versus power, the future versus the legend. And now both fighters have made it clear they want this fight. Let's break down what this fight would actually look like if it happens. Dakota Ditcheva's advantages. First, Dakota is younger, faster, and currently at the peak of her physical abilities. She's undefeated in MMA with a record that includes multiple knockout finishes. Her Muay Thai background gives her explosive striking, perfect timing, and lethal combinations. Dakota's fight IQ is off the charts. She controls range like a chess master, knows exactly when to strike, and has shown composure under pressure that's rare for someone her age. Every opponent she's faced has been dominated, and most don't make it to the final bell. Ekaterina's advantages. But Ekaterina brings something Dakota hasn't faced yet. Seasoned, world-class experience. She's fought and beaten legends. She's been in wars that tested every aspect of her skills and mental toughness. Ekaterina's striking is more refined through years of high-level competition. Her kicks carry devastating power, her clinch work is brutal, and her ability to turn fights into gritty, grinding battles could neutralize Dakota's speed advantage.
Good counter there from Vandaryeva. Janitard says he has to be very careful with the erratic.
Here's the thing about experience versus youth. Fights aren't won on paper. Ekaterina has the tools to shock the world if Dakota underestimates her even for a second. One perfectly timed strike, one moment of catching Dakota off guard, and everything changes. But Dakota has proven time and time again that she rises to every challenge. The bigger the stage, the brighter she shines. This fight would be an absolute war, and honestly, that's exactly what makes it so compelling. So where do we go from here? With Dana White publicly pushing for this fight, and both Dakota and Ekaterina making it clear they want it, the pressure is on the organizations to make it happen. The big question is, which promotion gets this fight? Dakota is currently dominating in PFL, while Ekaterina has competed across multiple organizations including one championship. If the UFC or PFL can secure both fighters, this could easily be a main event or co-main event on a major card. The buzz this fight would generate is massive. We're talking about a potential Fight of the Year candidate before it even happens. Dana White's involvement suggests he sees the massive potential here. This isn't just another fight, this is the kind of matchup that creates stars and defines legacies.
Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here is Catherine, the Animal Corogenes. She weighed in at 125 1/2 pounds. Her record also undefeated at 6 victories, including 5 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, here is dangerous Dakota Ditcheva.
Catherine Corogenes sent a massive bombshell message to Dakota Ditcheva that would come back to haunt her. Catherine Corogenes: "So, I want that challenge. I want that hard fight. I want to have to brawl and bang. And I'm ready for that. And I think after the first three that were kind of just..."
So I want that challenge. I want that hard fight. I want to have to brawl and bang. And I'm ready for that. And I think after the first three that were kind of just...
The American fighter was ready for war. She wanted the challenge. She wanted to bang. But what she didn't know was that she was calling out a knockout machine. Dakota Ditcheva's response was ice cold and calculated. Dakota Ditcheva: "Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I listened to so many people talking throughout this whole tournament. It's nice to get in the cage and showcase my skills and shut them up that way because I'm not really bothered about proving them wrong. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of get in the cage and prove to myself that they're all just talkers."
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I listened to so many people talking like throughout this whole tournament. It's nice to get in the cage and showcase my skills and shut them up that way because I'm not really bothered about like proving them wrong. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of get in the cage and prove to myself that they're all just talkers. Yes.
All just talkers. Those words would prove prophetic. And after absolutely destroying Corogenes in brutal fashion, Dakota took to Twitter with a simple message that echoed through the MMA world. Actions speak louder than words. Dakota Ditcheva and Catherine Corogenes, a fight that shocked the entire USA. From trash talk to a brutal first-round finish, this match proved Dakota isn't just hype. She's a knockout machine.
Plum and a right hand. Another one. Big one. Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fake. Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
Let's break it down. The tension before this fight was palpable. Catherine Corogenes, an aggressive American fighter with a reputation for toughness, wasn't backing down from anyone. She specifically called out Dakota, demanding the hard fight, the brawl, the battle. Corogenes came into this matchup with confidence, having fought through tough competition. She believed her aggressive style and willingness to engage in firefights would be the key to handing Dakota her first loss.
A lot of clinch work so far, all out from distance. Oh, right hand. And there's the clinch.
And it's going to be a battle of two types of clinches. Corogenes, of course, looking for the takedown. Ditcheva will look to stay in this clinch and try to set up knees to the body and shots upstairs with her punches.
But Dakota Ditcheva, she'd heard it all before. Throughout the entire PFL tournament, fighters talked. They promised, they threatened, and one by one, Dakota silenced them, not with words, but with knockouts. The British Muay Thai specialist had built her reputation on precision striking and devastating power. She wasn't interested in trash talk. She was interested in the results. And her Twitter response after the weigh-ins made her intentions crystal clear. She was there to prove Catherine was just another talker. The stage was set, the smart cage awaited, and only one fighter would walk out with their hand raised. When the cage doors closed at PFL 10, Catherine Corogenes had her chance to back up every word she'd said. She wanted to brawl, she wanted to bang, and for about 60 seconds, she tried.
Very good, kid.
In and out, in and out. Push, push, push.
Who's the cage? Who's the cage?
Who's the cage?
Who's the cage?
Lovely. Nice.
Very good. Move away.
Circle, circle. Yeah. Yes.
Nice work by Catherine Corogenes to catch one of those front kicks from Dakota Ditcheva. But then excellent counter wrestling from Ditcheva to pummel in.
From the opening bell, Dakota Ditcheva came out calm, yet calculated. She maintained her signature upright Muay Thai stance, controlling the center of the smart cage with the confidence of a fighter who'd been here before. Corogenes, true to her word, pushed forward early with that aggressive style she'd promised. But there was a problem. Catherine quickly realized she wasn't dealing with just another opponent. She was dealing with a different level of precision. Dakota began her work methodically. Stabbing front kicks tested the range. Stiff jabs forced Corogenes to react rather than initiate. Every movement was purposeful. Every strike had intention behind it. About a minute into the round, Dakota started to find her timing. She landed a solid body kick that made Corogenes step back, her body reacting before her mind could process the pain. Then came a clean right hand that snapped her opponent's head back violently. Catherine tried to implement her game plan. She attempted to close the distance and clinch, hoping to drag Dakota into the brawl she wanted. But Dakota easily shrugged her off and returned to striking range, maintaining the distance that suited her deadly skill set. The American fighter was game, but she was outclassed, and Dakota was just getting started. Then came the beginning of the end.
Regina's doing a great job of staying, keeping her back against the fence.
Oh. There's a plum and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one!
Dakota landed a clean combination. A right hook followed immediately by a left body shot that visibly hurt Corogenes. You could see it in Catherine's eyes, the realization that she was in serious trouble. As Corogenes backed up toward the cage wall, survival instincts kicking in, Dakota pressed forward like a predator sensing wounded prey. She threw a flurry of punches with deadly accuracy. Each shot was thrown with bad intentions. Each strike was designed to finish the fight. The American fighter crumpled, and without hesitation, Dakota followed her down with brutal ground and pound shots. The referee had seen enough. He quickly jumped in to stop the fight, giving Dakota a first-round TKO victory. Another knockout, another statement, another fighter silenced. The commentary said it all. Dakota Ditcheva with a right hand. And the finish, another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
Catherine Corogenes wanted the hard fight. She got it. She wanted to brawl and bang. She tried. But Dakota Ditcheva proved once again that when you call out a knockout machine, you better be ready for the consequences. It was another statement win for the undefeated rising star, proving she wasn't just hype, but a serious force in the flyweight division. This wasn't an isolated incident. Dakota Ditcheva has made a career out of proving her doubters wrong. Not with words, but with knockouts.
Jab. Jab. 1, 2. Jab. Double. Jab. 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 Double. Double up.
Taila Santos came in with confidence, full glam, red lipstick, and designer sunglasses. She blew kisses at weigh-ins, threw subtle jabs, even applied fresh lipstick before walking to the cage. She wanted to play mind games. Dakota played a different game. She waited until the cage doors closed, then systematically dismantled Santos with technical striking. The Brazilian wanted to brawl. Dakota gave her a masterclass instead. By round 2, Santos's confidence showed cracks. A crushing knee to the body, a short elbow to the jaw, and precision ground and pound ended the fight. The lipstick was gone. The smirking stopped. Valentina Shevchenko called Dakota overrated before their April 2024 title fight. She claimed Dakota had never fought someone like her. The Italian came out aggressive, even managing to clip Dakota with a right hand early. But Dakota remained composed. A lightning-fast head kick, a devastating body shot. Clean counters that stunned Valentina. By round 3, Dakota landed a left hook that buckled her opponent's knees, followed by a spinning kick flush on the jaw. Another dominant victory, another championship secured.
Very difficult to put away.
Oh!
Yeah, the power strikes. And that'll do it! Dakota Ditcheva with the 3rd round finish.
What a finish. Beautiful work. Hard shot to the body. She's still hurt. Still can't breathe.
gonna be surprised when I hit her the first time too. I don't think she's been hit. Like, she hasn't been hit hard.
If you compare my fighting experience, it's huge.
I love to crush dreams, so let's go.
Emma Bragg drops a massive bombshell on ring disrespect and almost slapped Dakota Ditcheva before their championship bout. But Dakota fired back with the perfect response that left Emma broken and in tears on the canvas.
When you make me watch 4 bad news. Yeah, play both ways, Dad.
She is the current ISKA British champion. From Bolton, Muay Thai, Emma Bragg.
On November 1st, 2016, the ISA Flyweight Championship of Great Britain was on the line, and the tension was explosive. Emma Bragg walked into this fight with serious credentials: 21 fights, 15 wins, and only 6 defeats. She was the experienced veteran representing Team 2 in Bolton, her home territory. The crowd was behind her, and she had every reason to feel confident.
Fights, 8 wins, and not only a star of now, but touted as one of the real all-time stars of the future. And things go the way people believe they will for this young lady. Fighting out of Northern Spirit in Sale.
On the other side stood Dakota Ditcheva, the rising star from Northern Spirit in Sale. With just 8 fights and 8 wins, Dakota wasn't very famous yet. She was still early in her career, which gave Emma the confidence to not just challenge her, but to disrespect her. The physical differences were stunning. Both fighters competed at 50.5 kilograms, but Dakota stood incredibly tall for the weight class, giving her a massive reach advantage. The commentators couldn't believe the height difference when they faced off.
Mentality is everything in matches like these. Just look at the height difference there as they're brought together. Ditcheva, incredibly tall. I haven't got the stats on how tall she is, but as you say, goodness me.
But Emma wasn't intimidated. In fact, she was ready to make a statement before the fight even began. Before the fight, Dakota revealed her mental approach, and it was pure champion mentality. Nothing specific, really. You know, I train. I never specifically train for fights. I've never really seen on a fight before, not that I remember anyway. Probably been at shows, but not remembered that. So I haven't specifically trained for that. I've just worked hard throughout everything and, I don't know, spiritually and things like that, I just think positive. I don't think of anything other than winning. You never hear me say losing or anything like that, because I'm not here to lose. It's all about positive people.
Nothing specific really, I never specifically trained for a fight. I've never really seen on a fight before, not that I remember anyway. I've probably been at shows but not remembered it.
Yeah.
So I haven't specifically trained for that. I've just worked hard throughout everything, and I don't spiritually, things like that. I just think positive, I don't think of anything other than winning. You never hear me say losing or anything like that, because I'm not here to lose.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's all about positivity.
This wasn't just confidence, this was certainty. Dakota didn't study her opponents because she didn't need to. She trained to be unbeatable against anyone. While Emma was focused on Dakota, Dakota was focused on perfection. The commentators picked up on this too. One analyst noted, Dakota is really the girl of the moment in the women's division. She's fighting seemingly effortlessly, causing girls a lot of problems. She fights at high tempo. She likes to come forward. She's very aggressive. She's very fit. All those things combined can cause any opponent problems.
I think Dakota is really the girl of the moment, and in the women's division, she's fighting with, or seemingly effortlessly fighting, causing girls a lot of problems. She fights at high tempo. She likes to come forward. She's very aggressive. She's very fit. So all those things combined can cause any opponent problems. She's fighting a much more experienced girl.
When these two stepped into the ring for the referee's instructions, the body language told the entire story. Emma Bragg stood there with a cold, focused stare, almost menacing. She wanted to intimidate Dakota, to show her that experience would dominate youth. There were reports that Emma wanted to slap Dakota right there to humiliate her publicly and prove she wasn't afraid of the hype.
Corner, coming to you by way of Northern Spirit, Dakota Ditcheva.
But look at Dakota, all smiles, nice and calm, completely relaxed. You wouldn't even know she was about to go into a 5-round championship fight. Looking at the body language, Emma Bragg looking very focused, almost that cold stare. In contrast, Dakota looking very, very relaxed, all smiles, nice and calm. You wouldn't know she was about to go into a 5-rounder.
I think you've got to look at the favourite being here, Dakota.
Well, looking at the body language, Emma Bragg looking very focused, almost that cold stare. In contrast, Ditcheva looking very, very relaxed. All smiles, nice and calm. You wouldn't know she was about to go into a 5-rounder. Mentality is everything in matches like these.
The psychological warfare was already won. Emma's attempt at intimidation bounced off Dakota like nothing. And that positive mindset Dakota talked about, it was about to become Emma's nightmare. The opening bell rang, and Dakota didn't waste a single second. She came forward immediately with intent. Emma tried to use her experience and technique to control the pace, but Dakota's speed was on another level. A sharp jab-cross combination snapped Emma's head back and brought the crowd to life. Emma tried to clinch, hoping to slow the pace, but that's when Dakota unleashed her secret weapon, devastating knees to the body. Straight on the counter, Bragg pulled her into the clinch, trying to stick those knees in. Good turn by Dakota.
So Ditcheva straight on the counter. Emma Bragg pulling her into the clinch, trying to stick those knees in.
Good turn by Dakota.
But then Dakota got Emma into her clinch, and the destruction began. She'll step in, long knee again, get those long knees, and that's hurt her.
No arm across the body, those knees will still drive in.
Hurtful knees in that clinch.
This one, she'll step in long knee again.
Getting the long knees, and that's hurt Bragg early. It's come back to the corner. Daz Morris telling her the hands above the head. Try and get some air into the lungs.
That's a long time to be. You've got 1 minute 35 seconds. You're just giving away a KO. That's a long time trying to survive that round for. And Dakota's going to walk straight in with that long knee again. It's really good line up with the body. Just line up the centre of the body. That's a strong knees. Very good knee.
Right, you can see Emma Bragg desperately trying to shield the midsection, but there's just very little she can do.
The power difference was brutal. Dakota poured on a flurry of punches, and a clean shot sent Emma crashing to the canvas. She got up quickly, showing heart, but you could see it in her eyes. She had no answer for this. Moments later, another heavy strike dropped her again. Emma barely managed to survive the round. Come back to the corner. Daz Morris tells her hands above the head, trying to get some air into the lungs. That's a long time to be down. You got 1 minute, 35 seconds.
It's come back to the corner. Daz Morris telling her the hands above the head. Try and get some air into the lungs.
That's a long time to be.
Emma's corner was already in damage control mode. This wasn't going according to plan. As the second round began, Dakota had all the momentum. Emma tried to show resilience, throwing a few punches and a body kick, but Dakota closed the distance fast. Emma tried to clinch again, but Dakota's knees were absolutely brutal. The commentators couldn't believe what they were watching.
107 for Ekaterina. Fastest hydration. She makes weight.
This Belarusian kickboxer is the biggest threat to Dakota Ditcheva these days. She's destroying every opponent who dares to step inside the cage with HER, known as Barbie by fans for her striking beauty, but don't let the nickname fool you. Once that cage door closes, she becomes something else entirely. something ruthless, something devastating.
And we're seeing that. Wow! She was caught. Maybe the confidence was too high. Barbie connecting with a beautiful shot.
PFL champion Dakota Ditcheva and veteran Belarusian striker Ekaterina Vandaryeva. We'll look at their fighting styles, their recent statements, and why this fight could shake the entire women's division to its core. Stay tuned as we uncover all the details of this brewing rivalry. Just days ago, Ekaterina Vandaryeva dropped a bombshell message across social media, directly challenging the undefeated PFL champion. Her words were clear and unfiltered. Dakota Ditcheva, you think you're the queen of this division? I've fought legends. I've beaten champions. Your impressive record means nothing to me. I am the biggest threat you will ever face. I've been destroying top-tier competition while you were still building your name. It's time the world sees what a true world-class striker can do. Come September, let's settle this once and for all.
Честно скажу, то, что было в прошлом, никак не повлияло на мою самооценку, потому что все как бы понимают, что, например, когда я с Бунта на Супергерл боксировала, как бы были многочисленные экспертные мнения, когда считали очки многие, есть специальные как бы такие фирмы, которые этим занимаются, как бы все говорили, что это абсолютно как бы слитые бои. Что касается, например, тоже тот, да, вроде выиграл бой, пропустил сонную артерию, ну, блин, так бывает, было обидно, конечно, ну, чё так, вот. А последний, да, у меня было просто моральное уже истощение, честно сказать, хотелось уйти из спорта, что я и сделала, но как-то вот ушла вроде месяц назад, буквально Манчепиши предложил мне продление контракта, я просто сказала...
The post sent shockwaves through the MMA community. Vandaryeva wasn't just calling out Dakota, she was making a statement. This isn't trash talk for promotion. This is a seasoned veteran putting everyone on notice. Dakota Ditcheva didn't stay silent for long. The 26-year-old champion took to Twitter with her own message, and it was equally provocative. I've heard all the noise. I've beaten everyone they put in front of me. You want to talk about my record? Look at mine. Look at yours in MMA. You're a striker. I'm a complete fighter. You're experienced in Muay Thai. Congratulations. I'm the youngest champion in PFL history and the first British female MMA world champion. Before you come talking about being the biggest threat, check the scoreboard.
I mean, I've been telling you. I was trying to tell you, but...
You think they're going to listen now, right?
Maybe. I'm sure they'll still be moaning about me, but I'll just keep proving them wrong.
You're the first person to prove this system. Europe Belt World Championship. What's next for you?
Oh, I don't know. The world is mine. I don't know. We'll have to sit together with PFL and see what we can come up with. But I just beat the best girl that's out there out of any other division. So, outside of any other division. So, I don't know. Me and PFL, I'm sure, will come out with something amazing again. Right from the beginning of this season, if I'd got her in the first round, I would have done the same thing. They've been talking, she's been saying, she's just a Barbie, she should be a model. Well, a model just beat your ass in round 2, so shut up.
The tweet sparked immediate reactions from fans and analysts worldwide. This wasn't just promotional banter. This was two elite athletes drawing a line in the sand. The gauntlet had been thrown down, and Dakota had picked it up without hesitation. Let's break down exactly who Ekaterina Vandaryeva is, because her credentials are nothing to dismiss. Born January 20th, 1991, in Minsk, Belarus, Vandaryeva is a three-time Muay Thai world champion with a striking record that speaks volumes. She started her combat sports journey at just 16 years old, and by 17, she had won her first national championship in Muay Thai. What makes her truly dangerous? Her height advantage in her division, her knockout power. More than a quarter of her victories have come by knockout, and her extensive experience competing at the highest levels of combat sports worldwide. In 2011, she defeated future UFC champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk by majority decision to capture the WKN world title. She competed in one championship, faced elite strikers like Janet Todd, Jackie Bunton, and Supergirl Jeroen Sack. Her resume is filled with names that matter. The Barbie nickname comes from her teammates who noted her beauty and resemblance to the famous doll. But Vandaryeva has